Get this down. And we can get started in a second. Not on TikTok, so I can smoke my weed and ain't nobody gonna say nothing, which is good. Hey, hey, y'all come on in. Share this video. We got a lot to chit chat about today. We're not on TikTok, so I don't have to watch my words. I don't have to not smoke. We can smoke and chit chat. And it's going to be automatically uploaded because it's already on YouTube, so period. But I'm going to give everybody a minute to come on in, and then we can get started. Like I said, there's a couple of things that I want to go over today. Hey, y'all. This is what we're going to be meeting for the rest of this week until Monday, because I'm in TikTok jail. They got mad about what we was talking about yesterday or the day before that. Yeah, Monday. So, fuck them. All right, so as some of you may know, or if you don't know, I'm explaining anyway. There's a couple topics that we're going to go through today. As you can tell from the caption, the first topic that I wanted to go over was the lady on this fucking plane. Okay, now for the ones who don't know what's going on, basically what happened is this lady boarded this plane, okay, and okay, dogs, relax. This lady boarded this plane. I think I forget what airport they were coming from and all of that good stuff, whatever. She gets on a plane, they take off, right? In the midst of them, I'm not sure if they taken off as far as they're in the air or they took off as far as like they left the terminal. But either way, they're no longer at the terminal, right? And she sees something and she basically goes fucking ape shit. She runs to the front of the plane and she's like, look, I'm about to get the fuck off of here. Y'all need to let me off this plane. Y'all don't have to believe me, but all in all, y'all need to know that motherfucker that's sitting back there is not a real person. They are not real, okay? And this lady was absolutely terrified. Now, y'all gonna see a lot of bugs in my background, so I am outside. The bugs is bugging. But she's absolutely fucking terrified, right? So, it's one camera angle that went viral talking about, when she seen it and when she went to the front of the plane and she's basically like, let me off this motherfucker. And then there's another clip that I just seen today of kind of what happened right before that moment of her walking to the front of the plane. And none of these clips can you really see who or what she was talking about. But she was very adamant and very afraid. Okay, now y'all know I'm big on calling the bullshit when I see it. I'm probably not gonna be able to smoke, so this is just gonna have to wait. I'm big on calling the bullshit when I see it, right? Y'all know I understand propaganda. I understand, the whole, the media using things against us to manipulate us and blah, 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 blah. But that lady looks scared as fuck. And if she's an actor, she's a damn good one, and they need to fucking hire her. Because her body language, the way that she kept looking in the back, once I seen the second video, it was also confirmation because of the fact that they tried to say that it was an argument over AirPods and that this lady was drunk because they had seen her at the bar, before boarding the plane or whatever the case is. But my whole thing is this. I've seen, I know alcoholics. I've seen alcoholics have like, spells where they go through shit. I also know withdrawing from alcohol sometimes can cause hallucinations, right? But I've never seen anybody, she didn't look drunk. She looked very much sober and afraid. She looked very just sober and fucking scared. Um, which was just really fucking weird. So the theory is, which a lot of people are saying, they feel like she's seeing some type of shapeshifter or reptilian on the back of the plane. Now this is the thing, right? Remember, if you was on that live that I did on TikTok the other day, y'all know that I was talking about that movie called They Live, okay? If you don't know the movie, I'm gonna walk you through it a little bit and then you can go see it on your downtime. But this movie called They Live is pretty much, it's like a movie from the 80s. And this man, he's homeless, and he basically is living in this community of homeless people in what looks like to be California, I believe. And he starts to investigate this church across the street. And this church across the street, as he goes and investigates, he finds these glasses. He puts these glasses on and he starts walking around, just, walking around the street, walking around different places with these glasses on. And he starts to see certain people that look very fucking strange. Okay, some of these people look like the way that they was putting it in the movie, they look kind of like skulls. Like he can see the skulls of these people. Some people look regular, and some people you can kind of see like this, like they look like a skull. But it was basically trying to tell you like reptilian, non-human, something along those lines. Okay, now when we're talking about the shift that is happening, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Schumann scale, I think it's called. I don't know the name that you would call it, but I know it's Schumann. Okay, Schuman. I think is how you spell it. But anyway, this is basically like a frequency scale, and it basically, calculates the frequency of the earth. Okay, now with this Schumann scale, it has been normal for a very, very long time. Okay, and all of a sudden, this motherfucker is going ape shit. It's showing sacred geometry. When it's regular, it looks kind of like heartbeat lines, okay? Because when your heart is beating on that screen, it's basically frequency. That's is monitoring the frequency of your heartbeat. So when it's regular, it look like regular like heartbeat line or whatever. On the recent ones, it looks like a whole bunch of just random shapes, and it's just going crazy, right? Which means that the frequency of the earth is changing. Okay, not only that, but we've been having crazy solar flares since, I want to say, like 2020, honestly, probably before that, but more prevalently during 2020, and from then on up until recently. And of course, we're going to have more. Okay, there's already been movies about solar flares shutting off grids. There's already been movies about the grid shutting down. And there's been a lot of talk about us potentially having a blackout, and I'm gonna come back to that in a second. But my whole point is the veil is thinning so bad. Okay? The veil is fucking thin as hell. Okay? You can see whatever you train yourself to see. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay? If you wanna stay asleep, if you want to not tap in, if you want to continue to do whatever the fuck you want to do, by all means do so. But you're not going to be able to see what you need to see. You're not going to be able to keep up with the things that you need to keep up with. You're not going to be able to tap in during the necessary times, if you just doing whatever you want and you just kind of not paying attention. Okay, so this is not the time to go around this motherfucker, not trying to educate yourself, not trying to pay attention, not trying to look into what's really going on, or ask questions, or tap in with your spirit guides, or whatever the case is. This is the time to really take everything that you're doing up 100 notches. If you're meditating, you need to be meditating more. If you are tapping in with your spirit team, you need to be doing that more. If you are healing, you need to be doing that more. If you are working on yourself, you need to be doing that more. Whatever it is that you're doing, you need to be doing that plus 100 times more, okay, so that you can be exactly where you need to be, because there are things that have been shifting and there are things that are shifting even faster now at this point, okay? And if you're not tapped in to see it or to pick up on it or to know what your next step should be, then I don't know how to help you, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be happening, and only those who can see will be able to see. But going back to these airports, right? Now, if you know anything about the Denver airport specifically, the Denver airport, and I might have to go in depending on how hot it gets because I don't want my phone to overheat. But the Denver airport is and has been known for a long time to just be wild, okay? To have like a lot of weird, wild shit going on. You know, a lot of underground tunnels have been reported in regards to this airport. I'm not sure if this is the same airport that they left from, the lady in the video. I'm not sure. But just this is just some background on, you know, airports. The Denver airport is one of the biggest, quote unquote, conspiracy theorist based airports that there are in the US, okay? This is not the only airport like this, but this is the one of the main airports with proof, okay? Because you have people who have literally went into these tunnels, recorded themselves in these tunnels, and have basically came back and you know, showed people or told people about it. There's so many different stories of, you know, people who have went to these airports and had these weird things happen, you know, and shit like that, right? So we understand that, you know, with these tunnels, if you know anything about reptilians, we know that they live underground, right? They live underground because they cannot take the heat, right? This is so, and I want y'all to follow where I'm going with this, right? If you know anything about reptilians, they cannot survive heat. Keyword, the hot. Okay, they can't do shit with the hot. Okay, this is why they live underground, and this is why this realm has been manipulated for the last 200 plus years as far as the weather, right? Because the motherfuckers who are in charge, I'm not even gonna say in charge because they're not in charge no more. The 400 years is up. But the motherfuckers who have been in a position of power up until now are not human. And y'all have to understand that. Okay? If you do not understand that, then a lot of the things that are going on will not make sense to you, especially when it gets to weather manipulation, weather control, especially when it gets to, you know, these underground tunnels, and a lot of other fuck shit that's going on. So you have to understand who is who and what the fuck they are. Okay? These motherfuckers are not human. They are not human. They're not human. They're not human. Okay? And this is not just your quote unquote elite, your 1%. This is your news broadcasters, your news reporters. There's videos of them all on YouTube of these motherfuckers shape shifting on the news channels and all type of shit. These are your people in Hollyweird as well. Certain people in Hollyweird. These are some of your sports players. I mean, they're everywhere. They're fucking everywhere, okay? If you've been thinking that we've been living in this realm just by ourselves with no other type of species or anything like that, you're sadly mistaken, okay? These motherfuckers have been here. Not only them, but you have the Greys, okay? You have, I forget the other names, but there's lots, okay, of quote unquote alien, quote unquote non-human, quote unquote, okay, people, things, species that have been living amongst us for a long time. Okay, that's just that. There's really nothing you can do about it. Okay. Now, if you look in other countries, there's been many more reports in other countries in regards to these species, okay, as far as sightings, as far as video recordings, because they usually are in places that are not as populated because they don't want to get found out about. So they usually are in these, you know, remote places, in these remote countries. And this is why you see a lot more of those type of videos, from other places of the world rather than you see them here in America or in other populated places like Europe and things of that nature. Okay. So study into that. The reptilians, the draconians, the grays. I forget the other ones. It's one more. It's at the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of the name. But look into the other species that have been living amongst us, okay? Also, in your downtime, go to the CIA website, cia.gov. Go to the Stargate tab. There's going to be a tab that says Stargate. Click on that tab and browse through some of those CIA documents. There's over, I don't know, 500, 600 different pages that you can look through, and lots. I mean, thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of documents. Okay. Um, so, starting to look through those things, starting to get a better feel, a better understanding of what else lives here with us is very fucking important. Okay? Very motherfucking important. Now, I wanted to quickly get back into the whole government thing, because this is where they cut me off on TikTok the other day. But I'm trying to figure out if I want to move my phone real quick, because I just feel like I feel my phone getting hot, and I just feel like the sun is about to do me dirty. So hold on, y'all. I just don't want my phone to overheat. Okay, so anyway, getting back into the whole government thing, right? So what I was explaining on TikTok before they rudely fucking interrupted me, and I'm gonna go back and post that. Q, if you on here, remind me to go and post the TikTok live from Monday. But basically, it's so important for you to understand that the United States itself is a private organization, private corporation, private company, private business that has nothing to do with what you think it has something to do with, okay? It is completely separate from any quote unquote government entities, from any government branches or anything of that nature. It has nothing to do with none of that, okay? Not only the U.S., period, but also the IRS, complete separate organization, which makes it illegal, right, for them to be trying to demand money because it is a complete separate organization. It has nothing to do with the government, okay? So we do not owe these motherfuckers no money because we do not work for them. So it just doesn't make sense. This is why taxation is illegal, okay? They're not supposed to be taxing nobody, and it is illegal for them to try to force you to pay taxes. Even if you look at the tax laws, it says that taxing or the paying of taxes is voluntary, meaning I don't have to do it. Okay, I haven't paid taxes in I don't know how motherfucking long. You don't have to fucking do it. The only reason why they've made it this big thing and they've used celebrities, fake ass stories, oh, you see these celebrities go to quote unquote jail for tax evasion. No, the fuck they don't. Okay, this is all a part of the propaganda. Y'all gotta understand how far these motherfuckers will go to manipulate you. It's not about them. It's not about what they really got going on. It's not about what the real rules are or none of that. It's about what can we do in front of the people to make them think that this shit is real. So what they'll do is they'll send your favorite celebrity to jail and say, oh, it's for taxation. And it's fucking not. They just made that shit up because you can't send nobody to jail for fucking not paying taxes because it's illegal. Okay? But if nobody says nothing about it, remember what I said before, silence is compliance. So the more that we just sit and we chill and we relax and we just act like we don't see nothing, we don't hear nothing, we don't know nothing, the more they can get over with it, the more they can actually arrest people and try to, make these fake ass laws hold up because people don't fucking know what's going on, right? So all of this shit is private. The Federal Reserve is private, right? The Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the government. It is a completely separate entity. It literally is its own separate thing that has nothing to do with any particular governments at all or anything that is actually legal, okay? That's why on your dollar it says promissory note. Your money is a promissory note because as you are spending their money, their currency, you owe them. It is an IOU. This is why they quote unquote tax you, because every dollar you spend is technically an IOU. I owe you and I'm just going to give you this in the meantime. That's not how it's supposed to work. Once I pay you, you are paid. That's how it's supposed to work. But they basically, this is why the government, quote unquote, this realm, or okay, there you go. I don't know why I keep going in and out. I'm going to have to go in because I think my phone's trying to heat up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. If my phone heat up, I'm going to be mad. So I'm going to go in for a second. Ooh, it's hot. Ooh, it feels good in here, too. Y'all give me a moment. Let's set back up. That sun was trying to take me out. All right. Okay. So like I was saying, this whole thing is built off of fucking debt. Baby, it's hot, okay? I done broke out into a fucking glitch. Let's put y'all back on the... Okay, there we go. Woo! Hot. Okay. So, like I was saying, right? This whole realm, or I'm not going to say this realm, but this whole government is built off of debt. It's all about I owe you, you owe me. I'm going to give you this, and you know, yeah, this should be the final thing, but you know, I'm going to give you this and you still owe me. Which doesn't make sense, right? And I'm going to tell you why it's built off of that. Number one, because of the fact that everything that we use, everything that we purchase, everything that you rent, everything that you sign a contract for is already paid for. You've already paid for it. And some of y'all are like, what do you mean I already paid for it? You have a trust, okay? There's a trust that is set up at the moment that your parents get your social security number. There's a trust that is set up in your name because you are, number one, you have natural born rights. Okay? You have natural born rights. Certain things are just your natural born right. It is your natural born right to travel around this world as you please, in a manner that you please. It is your natural born right. Okay. They set up a trust in your name, right? When you're born. And basically, they project how much money they feel like you're going to make in your lifetime based off of your family, based off of the economy, based off of whatever. And they set this money aside, which means that everything that you want is already paid for. But the trick is you have to be a living, breathing person to control the trust. Once you get assigned a social security number, once you get your birth certificate, once you get into their system, you are now regarded as dead. You are no longer alive. That's how it works. You are deceased. You are just a name on a piece of paper until you come to them and let them know that you are the living man, you are the living woman, okay? They just say man, but it doesn't mean just man. You are the living man responsible for the trust. Until you come forward, okay, and say that and speak their language is called Legalese. If you've been watching my TikToks, I've been telling y'all this for a minute. Okay, go get the book, Meet Your Straw Man. Also get you a copy of the Black's Law Dictionary. This is going to teach you Legalese. Legalese is a specific language that is used amongst people when you're dealing with law or court. Okay? Now, because the government is a private organization, private, right? It is a private corporation. Is no different than any other business or anything like that, right? Because it is a private corporation organization, their laws do not abide to you or do not, have anything to do with you unless you agree to go into contract with them. Now, how do you go into contract with the government? You sign shit. For example, your driver's license, your passport, your ID card, your car note, your house, note or mortgage. Any contract that you have with them, they can use. That means that you went into contract with them. You are binded by contract, right? A parking ticket. It can be something so simple, okay? Once you start to learn the different contracts, right? You can also learn how to get yourself out of these contracts. This is when we get into rescinding, right? To rescind means to get out of the contract, regardless of whatever the contract is. So this is when you get into people rescinding their birth certificates, rescinding their socials, rescinding their IDs or their licenses or, car notes, whatever the case is. Okay, they start to rescind these things because of the fact that they are no longer they no longer want to be in contract with these people. Okay, now you can also prevent yourself from getting into verbal contracts in court. So for example, when they ask you things like, do you understand, and you respond yes, you immediately went into contract with them. This is why legalese is so important, because if you do not know what you are agreeing to, if you do not know what you're saying yes to, if you do not know how to talk the talk, they got your ass. It can be that motherfucking simple. It can be that simple. If you go into court and they asking you a whole bunch of questions and you're responding instead of telling them, I do not wish to, go into contract with you, you're automatically in a contract. That's simple. Okay? So once you learn legalese, once you learn the different ways of talking to them, the different, methods of rescinding contracts and getting out of contracts. Once you start to understand the different ways they can manipulate you with words, okay? Remember how we talk about how words have more meanings than what you think. This is not just off some spiritual stuff in regards to, oh, good morning and things of that nature. No, it's not just that. These are not the only words that you need to be concerned with. You need to be concerned with a whole lot of different other words that you have been conditioned to use. There's a reason why they have an education system that went into play in the 1920s that teaches you grammar, that teaches you how to conduct yourself, that teaches you how to speak, how to walk, how to talk, how to count, how to learn this, how to learn that, how to do this, how to do that. It's a whole reason behind the education system. It's not just because they want you to be smart. It has nothing to do with them wanting you to be intelligent, okay? Because the last thing they want you to do is be intelligent. That's the absolute last thing that they want from you. They do not need you around knowing what's what and seeing through them and, coming up with all of these different scenarios and putting two and two together. They don't have time for that, okay? The only thing they have time for is, teaching you whatever they need to teach you in order for you to be a good citizen. And what does a good citizen mean? It means compliance. It means being in the dark. It means being asleep. My necklaces are just stuck. But yeah, it means being in the dark. It means being asleep. It means being unaware. It means being, uninvolved. Okay, that's what that means to them. Being a good citizen means staying the fuck out their way and continuously allowing them to manipulate you, playing word games, playing mind games, and now that they know that people are waking up to those things, now they're taking it steps further, and now they manipulating things that are outside of our control, like the water, the air, the food. Okay. Because those things also control the mind and affect the mind. Now, I remember when I first started to come on, I was on Facebook at first, going live. That's where I first started out. And, in the beginning, especially in 2020, I was really trying to educate people on the foods that they eat, right? And one of the biggest things that I would hear all the time from people who just did not want to get out of their stupidity was, your spirituality has nothing to do with the food that you eat. And I used to just really just be like, are you dumb or are you fucking stupid? Because everything that you do affects your spirituality, especially what you put into your body. Because if it limits the vessel, it limits you. That's what you have to understand. The vessel, which is the body, and the soul, the real you, is combined. It's attached at the hip when you're in this realm. You can't have one without the other in this realm. They have to coexist in order for you to have a physical experience. You know, in order for your soul to have a physical experience, it has to be in connection with the fucking vessel, the body. So if you're putting anything in your fucking body, if you one of those people that still think that you can eat whatever, oh yeah, I just had me a big ass fucking cheeseburger, a big ass fucking piece of cow with some cheese on top, okay, and that's just not gonna affect me, you're dumb as fuck. You're dumb as fuck. I mean, at this point, you're dumb. You're dummy. You're stupid. That's fucking stupid. Okay, you can't do that. You know, if you still think that you can walk around here and eat steaks and pork chops and bacon and all of this shit, you're stupid. Okay? And you cannot tell me that you're really serious about your journey if you have not changed the way that you eat. Now, does that mean, like I tell y'all all the time, it don't mean that overnight you need to be a vegan. No, but it does mean that you need to start paying attention to what the fuck you're putting in your body and start limiting the bullshit so that eventually you can be completely winged the fuck off of it. Because I know that this food is very addictive, okay? And y'all don't understand how addicted y'all are to this fucking food. They make it addictive. Sugar is highly addictive. They put shit in it to make you literally crave it, want it, and be addicted to it. So all of this shit is mind games. It's all mind games. And you have to be able to see through the bullshit if you want to get through the fucking bullshit. Point blank, period. You can't do what the fuck you want and get to the places that you want to go. Because when you want to get to a certain place, it requires sacrifice. And a lot of y'all don't want to sacrifice a fuck ass thing. And this is why you still are completely, utterly involved with the motherfucking matrix, because you don't want to let go. You don't want to separate. You don't want to, be different. You just don't. You want to do this shit the way you want to do it. You don't want to do shadow work. You don't want to sit down and focus on yourself. You want to keep trying to be a millionaire and a billionaire, shaking ass and titties all over the fucking place. And you're not understanding that that's not going to get you anywhere. If anything, it's going to get you a whole nother life cycle back here. That's just that. Whoever don't get it, you're going to come back. So if you tired of this motherfucking crusty ass realm, I suggest you get your shit together. I suggest you start working on yourself. I suggest you start tapping in and getting more serious about your motherfucking journey. Or you can just be here to try it again next time. It's completely the fuck up to you. That's just that on that. Some of y'all was sent here again. Some of y'all made a decision to come back to this realm in order to be a part of this quote unquote apocalypse or this great awakening. But if you brought your motherfucking ass back here and you get trapped here, how fucking dumb are you to make a decision to come back to this motherfucker and then get stuck? Because you don't want to take shit seriously. You want to play around. You want to lollygag. You think this shit is still a fucking joke. And the whole point of me starting with the lady on the plane and the shit that she's seen is to show you motherfuckers that the veil is getting thin. You're about to start seeing some real shit. If you've been thinking that all of this shit is just propaganda, oh, them spiritual people just be talking out their ass, oh, they just be making up shit, baby, you're about to see. It's about to get real. And you better hope somebody believe you. You better pray a motherfucker want to stand by your side and believe in what the fuck you're saying. Because the way y'all be treating people who be seeing shit and y'all want to act like they motherfucking crazy, don't let it be you wanting somebody to motherfucking believe you when you done seen some spooky dookie ass shit and you walking around this motherfucker losing your mind. Because that's what's about to happen. It's about to be a lot of people saying stuff. It's already happening. It's already happening. Now, this shit with this lady happened, I think, Sunday or Monday, and ain't nobody seen her since. She ain't came out to do no interview. She ain't been on the news. Ain't nobody seen her. Ain't no reports of her being locked up. We don't know what happened when she got off the plane. We don't know if they took her somewhere. Ain't nobody seen this motherfucking lady. Now, how the fuck does that make sense? If she was just a drunk Karen, right? If she was just a person who was just tripping and thought that she seen some shit, where the fuck she at? Why can't nobody find her? Where did she go? That's what I want to know. If she was just drunk people go to jail for the night and they usually get let out the next night. I mean, if she got held up by TSA, they would have did a alcohol test on her to see if she was actually drunk. And if that's the case, she would have been, either locked up for the night, like I said, because they're not going to keep you more than a night, as long as you ain't hurt nobody. You just going to have to deal with the rest in court. But they're not going to keep you. Okay? If you just join in, the lady on the plane, so basically, you can either rewind it back or I can just quickly explain it. But basically, there was a lady on the plane who seen something. She said that there was somebody in the back of the plane where she was sitting that was not a real person. The person was not real, and it freaked her the fuck out. And she basically was demanding that they let her off the motherfucking plane. Okay, it was giving Final Destination. That's what it was given. It was given very much Final Destination. Nobody knows who this lady is. Nobody can find her. Nobody has seen or heard from her since the videos have been posted, since the day that everything kind of happened. They tried to lie and say that it was over AirPods, and she was freaking out over AirPods or something. They also tried to say that she was drunk and it was just being belligerent. But if you watch the video, it's all over TikTok. It's all over social media. Just type in lady on a plane. If you watch the video, you can see that she is fucking terrified. She is terrified. It's a Caucasian lady. I don't really be believing them. But that lady's terrified. You can see it in her motherfucking eyes. She's seeing some shit that she was not supposed to see. She's seeing something that she was not supposed to motherfucking see. And that's why I went into the whole spiel about these fucking airports. And the people who run this shit. Because the veil is getting thin, because the sun is having these random ass solar flares, which is sending energy directly down, okay, because the sun is within our atmosphere. It's not in space. We're in a fucking firmament. We're in a dome, okay? So there is no such thing as us seeing some shit from fucking space, okay? There's no such thing as the sun being in fucking space because we're in a fucking dome. So our local ass sun is sending solar flares that are affecting every fucking thing right now. Okay? Not only that, but the more that we wake up, I've been telling y'all this, the more that we wake up as melanated people, the more shit is going to fucking change. Because we control the frequency of this realm. This is our realm. This is our shit. We control the fucking frequency. And as long as we was asleep and not fucking paying attention, so was Mother Nature. Knocked the fuck out, sleep, not paying attention. The moment we woke the fuck up, you see Mother Nature drying up these motherfucking lakes and rivers and shit so you can see what the fuck is up under it. That's why the shit is fucking drying out. Because a lot of these fucking fake ass lakes and rivers and bodies of water are man-made. And they were put there to cover up shit. Y'all gotta understand that. Everything that is, we've been lied about. They have lied about this shit. They lied to us about every motherfucking thing. So these motherfucking lakes, these fuck ass bodies of water, they're starting to dry up. And people are finding all type of shit under these motherfuckers. Caves, skulls, bones, artifacts, buildings, all type of shit that they claim wasn't here, or this was, where did this come from? Because this is the thing, right? If they finding ancient buildings up underwater, if they're finding caves up underwater, if they're finding tunnels up underwater, and you try to convince us that we was slaves and brought over here, who the fuck dug these tunnels? Who the fuck created these buildings? Who the fuck made these artifacts? Who the fuck put up these statues? Who made it? Who created this stuff that is hundreds of thousands of years old, if not millions of years old? Who put all of this shit here that we're finding up under U.S. quote unquote territory? Somebody had to be here to put it there. And it couldn't have been the slaves, because once the fuck they got over here, they was fucking slaves. According to the story, they wasn't out here building tunnels. They was out here working the fields and picking cotton and shit. It couldn't have been the Indians, according to their story, because when they got over here, we was in teepees. Can't no people that live in teepees create no big-ass buildings like that. That don't even make sense. Why the fuck would you be living in a teepee if you got a big-ass fucking building that you done fucking made? Something is not adding up. Something is not adding up. It don't matter which way you skin that motherfucking cat. The shit is not gonna make no motherfucking sense. Point blank, period. If the Native Americans did it, then there's no way that they were just this, limited civilization that y'all just stumbled across when y'all got here. And if the slaves did it, ain't no way that these motherfuckers was picking cotton. So somebody is lying. Either none of that shit ever fucking happened and we was already here, which is the fucking truth. Okay? Or, that's the only fucking option. Or y'all lying, which we already know. We already motherfucking know that y'all lying. So y'all need to start asking questions, researching, looking things up. Anytime you see propaganda or these big dumbass stories like that submarine shit, when it's details that just don't make no motherfucking sense, or when it's just getting way too much news coverage, it's usually some bullshit. Because remember, the news is not going to show you what you need to be paying attention to. It's going to show you whatever they need to show you to keep you distracted on whatever they want you to be distracted on. These motherfuckers are never going to point you in the correct direction of where the attack or the bullshit is actually coming from. If anything, the news was put in place to keep you focused on whatever they want you focused on, not to keep you aware of what's going on around you. Because if they was actually keeping you aware of what's really going on, then they wouldn't be broadcasting these fake ass government meetings all over the motherfucking TV, because the government been shut down since 2020. That's why President Trump was the last president. That's why if you look up Biden, it still says president-elect, meaning that shit never went through. It never was what the fuck they're trying to say it was. Okay? Trump was the last president that this country is going to see ever. That's it. It's a wrap. The government has fallen. And y'all, if you don't see that, I don't know what's going to make you see it. I tell y'all all the time, I live in D.C., right? I lived in D.C. my whole life. That's where I'm from, born and raised. I've never lived anywhere else. Still here. When I was in elementary school, all the way from elementary school, pre-K, really, daycare, really, up until I was in fucking high school, we took field trips downtown all the time. And that was in school. That's not even talking about the shit that we did on the weekends. Because in the weekend, sometimes you might go downtown for whatever. You might go to D.C. for whatever. Especially, especially going uptown where the government buildings and everything is. That's something to do on a Saturday or a Sunday, around this area. Because it's always something going on in the city. Always. So, since I was a kid, okay, that White House has always had armed guards at the fence, at the entrances, and you can see them all in the lawn and standing in the front of the White House 24/7. I don't care if it's daytime. I don't care if it's nighttime. You can go up there at 4 a.m. and you're going to see armed guards looking right back at your motherfucking ass. Since 2020, you don't see that. If you don't believe me, feel free to take a trip out here and go see the shit for yourself. You can look at it for yourself. Nobody's there. The White House has been boarded up for a while, literally since 2020. You can look in the windows and see boards. It's been boarded up. The Capitol, same thing. I don't even know. I think the monument might still be servicing people, because with the monument, that's the tall pencil like thing that everybody learned about in elementary school, the pencil, that you usually can take a elevator to the top or take the stairs to the top of the monument. I don't know if that's been open or not, but every major important government building downtown has been closed since 2020 and has not reopened. People have been out there all the time. And I think now in front of the White House, they're not even really allowing you to be on that. Like, you can't get really close. Like, they have it kind of blocked off where you can't get close to the gate. You used to be able to walk almost to the gate on the main street. But I don't even think that you could do that no more. I haven't even seen that, in a while anymore. Okay? What is this? So yeah, and it's been like that for a minute. It's been like that for a minute. Okay, for a while, it's been like that. So like I said, their 400 years are up. The time is up, and they know that it's up, and that's why they keep on creating all of these false storylines to keep you thinking that this shit is real. Like they just signed, I think it was it Mississippi or somewhere, where they basically signed a bill saying that you can businesses can now basically discriminate. Like if you don't want to serve a person because they black, you can do that. If you don't want to serve a person because they LGBTQ, you can do that. If you don't want to do this, if you don't want to do that, it's pretty much up to you at this point. All of this is propaganda, y'all. Y'all gotta know when they're trying to get a reaction out of you, and this is why the shit that they're doing is so unbelievable at this point. It's fucking unbelievable. It makes no motherfucking sense. It's like in 2023, all of the laws, this is why I say y'all gotta put two and two together. All of the laws that were passed in regards to the LGBTQ, y'all think they're gonna sit around and make a law that says that now you can tell these motherfuckers you're not gonna service them? Be fucking for real. Let me get my other phone real fast. But be fucking for real. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? That don't even make no motherfucking sense. All of these rights that these motherfuckers got, and now all of a sudden you telling me that now you can discriminate against them? Y'all stop playing with me. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. When they did all of that bullshit with the whole abortion thing, let's be fucking serious. Let's be so fucking serious. None of this shit has nothing to do with fucking nobody. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. This is why you hear it for a minute, it blows up, and then it dies the fuck out. If this whole abortion thing was so important, why the fuck people not talking about it no more? I don't care how long ago it was. If it was so important, if it was affecting so many people, if so many motherfuckers was hurt and all of this shit, why the fuck you don't hear about it no more? Because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. The whole monkeypox thing, they tried that shit. Bullshit. Hold on. But yeah, that shit don't make no fucking sense. Half of the shit that they didn't put out on the news, half of the shit that they didn't had everybody going crazy about and feeling some type of way about and all of this stuff has literally gone away. It blows up, it goes away. Blows up, goes away. Blows up, goes away. And they know that people are going to get so into it. And when the people are so into it, because your mind can only focus at one thing at a time, they got you all the way over here focusing on this shit. And everything that's really going on is happening over fucking there. This is why while all that submarine shit was going on, these motherfuckers was passing these fake ass fucking FDA approvals. Oh, now you can eat clone meat. Bitch, we been eating clone meat. Let's be fucking for real. Like I said, Cat Williams been talking about clone meat on his special since 2008. This is nothing new. They do stuff to us and have been doing things to us. But now because the veil is thin, now because they understand that they have to tell you what the fuck they're doing to you, or, and you have to basically let them know, I don't like this or I do like this. Like I said, silence is compliance. So they've been doing this shit, but now because people are finding out about it, they have to put it out there. Oh yeah, we just approve clone meat. And because ain't nobody out here really making a fuss about it, because ain't nobody really going crazy about it, because you don't see people lined up marching in the streets about it, silence is compliance. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Going back to the LGBTQ community, now they have legalized the sterilization of children. They call it hormone blockers. They call it, allowing children to transition. So you're giving hormonal blockers to children. Every child that undergoes any procedure dealing with hormonal blockers, dealing with, transitioning, is $1.3 million going to Big Pharma per fucking kid. Per kid. Per kid. 1.3. You think that they gonna stop? And a lot of people are like, oh, it's just allowing children to live in their truth. Baby, my goddaughter, up until she was 6 years old, thought that she was a kitty cat. And she used to get on all motherfucking fours and meow at motherfuckers. Okay? Now, does that mean that I'm going to go to, and me and her parents is going to go to the doctors and try to get her some whiskers implanted? Should we go cut off the tips of her ears and make them more pointy? No, because she's a fucking kid. And she don't know what the fuck she want to do or who she want to be. Now, once you get 18 and you grown enough to make your own decisions and choices, I don't care what you transition into. It doesn't affect me or nothing dealing with me. But as far as these fucking kids, they're targeting these children because then those will be adults that they don't have to worry about. Taking hormonal blockers as a child, you cannot undo that. What is done is done. So once you stop the process is stopped. It will never be the same. Meaning you are sterilizing children. Those are children that can never, add to reproduction. Which is doing what? Population control. Y'all gotta read between the motherfucking lines. You gotta read between the lines. If they can't have kids, ain't no more motherfucking kids to have. Which is gonna bring us to a generation of I guess these kids are Gen Z or Gen whatever. I don't know what generation these younger children are gonna be. But between Gen Z and whatever generation is after them, there's going to be a lot of grown adults walking around that wish that they can have children and they cannot. There's going to be a lot of grown adults walking around with psychological issues. There's going to be a lot of grown adults walking around, suicidal. And they know that. They understand that. None of these things have been tested. None of these things have a history of being tested because they just started this shit like 10 years ago. So the children that are being affected are guinea pigs. There's no adults that are now in their 40s or 50s that had this process happen when they were children that can come forward and speak about it because that shit wasn't going on back then. It wasn't happening in our generation as millennials and in our parents' generation, Gen X, or the baby boomers, or before them. This shit is unheard of. So there is no evidence. There is no trials. There is no success to talk about because we haven't even gotten to the place where the results are coming in. The results won't come in until these children are in their 30s and 40s, if they make it there. Because like I said, suicide is one of the biggest issues and problems with these people going through these transitions. Instead of us teaching self-love, instead of us teaching people how to love themselves as they are, because your whole body knows who you are. Okay? Whether you woke up and felt like you was this or you woke up and felt like you was whatever, your body knew before you was even breathing, before you even had a heartbeat, your body knew that you was either a male or a fucking female because it goes down to your genetics. That's something that you cannot undo. You cannot undo the biology of your body. Your body was literally created based on your sex. Women have a different, a different thickness of their hips, as well as their hips being more wide because they give birth. Men do not have that type of anatomy. Okay? Women's bones here are different. Our brows are different. The size of our hands and the length of our fingers are different. Our brain chemistry is different because it has to tell the body to produce more estrogen than it does testosterone. So it has to be chemically different in order to tell the body what chemicals to produce. You cannot go undo that process. And what we're doing is we're creating mental health victims. That's what we're doing. We're creating mental health issues, problems, and psychosis. Cases of fucking psychosis. These people are going crazy because society has made them think they was born in the wrong fucking body, which does not happen. You're not born in no wrong body. You're in the body you're supposed to be in. That's just that on that. And instead of us teaching people to accept the bodies that they were born with, and teaching children to understand, just because you're a boy, it doesn't mean that you don't have to like the color pink. You can be in love with the color pink. Pink can be your favorite color, and you can still be a boy. You can even be a boy that likes boys. Who gives a shit? Okay? At this point, who gives a shit? You can like whoever the fuck you want, but you still will be a boy. As a little girl, you don't gotta play with baby dolls. You can play with race cars and everything the fuck else. That doesn't make you any less of a girl. If you want to grow up to be, if a boy wants to grow up and be a hairstylist or a chef, doesn't make him any less of a boy. And instead of us teaching these things, we're basically teaching them, oh, you like to play with the color pink and purple, okay? So instead of calling you Joshua, we're gonna call you Julie. What the fuck are we talking about? What the hell are we actually fucking talking about? And we're doing this to fucking children. There are grown adults who don't even know who they want to be, what they want to be, who they want to screw, or whatever. Grown-ass adults over the age of fucking 30 who don't even know what they want to do with themselves. So how are we going to put that responsibility on a fucking child? All of this shit is set up to fucking attack us. It is set up to introduce a certain mentality that is easy to manipulate and control. So fucking easy. And like I said, instead of us teaching self-love, instead of us teaching self-appreciation, instead of us teaching understanding self, falling in love with yourself, instead of us understand or teaching our children that everybody feels uncomfortable in their body. That's a part of fucking life. Whether you are a girl who wants to be a girl that likes boys, okay, you're still going to go through a period where you're uncomfortable in your body. Whether you are a boy who wants to be a boy that likes girls, you're still going to go through a period where you are uncomfortable with your body. That is normal. That is a basic adolescent to teenage experience. No matter who you are, no matter what you like, no matter where you come from, that shit is fucking normal. That's normal. There's adults who don't even feel comfortable in their bodies, and they grown as fuck. That's a normal fucking process. So instead of us teaching people, this is normal. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that you need to do to make it out of it. You'll be fine. Blah, 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 blah. You telling them, yeah, go ahead, cut your dick off. Cut your boobies off. They out here giving 12-year-olds mastectomies when they cut your boobs off. They're doing this to children. They're doing this to children. And like I said, my plight is not that I give a fuck about adults doing what adults want to do. Because once you're grown, you can spend your money on whatever you want to spend on. If you want to cut your arms off, I mean, I don't give a damn. But these children, you slicing and dicing these fucking kids, bro? No, I'm not with that. I'm not with that shit, and I don't care. Cancel me, talk about me, call me crazy, call me whatever phobia you want. I don't give a damn. When it comes to kids, leave these fucking babies alone. Most of y'all need to be thinking about homeschooling, because at this point, they are literally targeting your children. They're making it a part of the school system. They're making it a part of the education system. You have some schools in certain states that now are trying to teach trans history or LGBTQ history, which makes no fucking sense. How these motherfuckers got a different history just because they like the same sex? Niggas been liking the same sex for thousands of years. This is nothing new. Where do you think you get the term lesbian from? From the motherfuckers who sent all of the women to an island of Lesbos. Those people were called lesbians because them grown-ass men said, we want to hunch on each other, and y'all is in our motherfucking way, and they sent these bitches to an island called Lesbos. This shit is real. It's not fucking fake. That's where you get the term lesbian from. Because these motherfuckers wanted to fuck on each other, and they sent them women over there to hunch on each other, or to just be, because they wanted to be left the fuck alone. So this shit is not new. It's not new. It's not a new thing. So to have LGBTQ history just makes no fucking sense to me. Because the last time I checked, before you gay, lesbian, straight, whatever the fuck is, you are black, Caucasian, or other. So if black people can't even get critical race theory in schools to teach about racism, systemic racism, local racism, daily racism, then why the fuck is we teaching LGBTQ history? And black people still don't have no motherfucking rights, no legal rights. Them couple of people, them couple of Asians that got shot, what was this? 2021, I believe. And Biden hurried his motherfucking ass up to create a Asian hate law. As if it ain't been on the news 11 times. Black people getting shot, hung, murdered, burnt, ate, drowned, ran over, hit, thrown out moving vehicles, strapped to train tracks. I mean, do we forget what the fuck been going on with our people for the last 200 to 300 years? And these motherfuckers get shot at a couple times, and they got a hate law? Now, let's talk about Biden real fast. And this going to be my last thing that I touch on. And I'll be back on here tomorrow, and we'll chit-chat about other stuff. This whole week, I'm going to be on YouTube Live instead of TikTok Live. So anytime I'm banned off of TikTok or I'm just not on TikTok, I'll most definitely be on here. But each week, I'm also going to be doing videos on here as well, regardless. But let's talk about Biden real fast, okay? Now, if you don't know, the company is a BlackRock, I think it's called, just purchased the Ukraine. Now, I'm going to say that again because I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. The company just purchased the country. The company just purchased a country. How the fuck a company purchase a country? That didn't even make no fucking sense. But let's get into it, right? Now, 2020, as I was saying then, Hunter Biden, which is Biden's son, basically, number one, is a crackhead. That's just that on that. He's a crackhead. He took his laptop to get fixed at some laptop computer place. And because he's a crackhead, he forgot that he left the fucking laptop there. Also, because he's a crackhead, the man, the store owner, kept calling his motherfucking ass to remind him to come pick up the goddamn laptop. And this motherfucker never answers the phone, never gets back to him. So a year passes. This is how motherfucking long they had this laptop. They didn't fix the laptop and everything, trying to get him to come pick it back up. A year passes and nothing. So the company calls the FBI because they know that Hunter Biden is Biden's son. So they call the FBI to come get the fucking laptop. The FBI comes to get the laptop and they find lots of things on it. Number one, they find lots of emails referring to somebody as the big man or the big guy. This was later on decoded to mean Biden. Now, while all of this was happening, Biden was still standing as the vice president under the Obama administration. And basically what he was doing was using his son as proxy to go to these other motherfucking countries, Ukraine specifically, and make deals. Okay? Multi-million-dollar deals. All right? And Biden was a part of it. Biden had 100% awareness of what was going on as he sat in position in the government as the vice president, had full awareness of what the fuck was going on, and participated in it. Not only was that on his laptop, there was also videos, pictures of Hunter Biden with young women under the age of 18 doing drugs with these women. There's videos of him having sex with these women. And I've seen all of this with my own eyes back in 2020. Okay? Literally videos of him having sex with these underage girls. Literally videos of him taking drugs and snorting drugs with these girls. It's video proof. His whole face is in the shit. His face, his penis, and everything the fuck else. If you don't believe me, go down that rabbit hole. If you so well choose. Now, because you've been so distracted by all of the bullshit that the news is talking about, the submarine and all of this other fake ass shit that's going on, a lot of people don't know that Hunter Biden has been on trial. Okay? A lot of people also don't know that Biden right now is up for impeachment. Can't really be impeachment because he was never the president, but impeachment. Now, at the same time as all of this is going on, a random war starts with Russia and the Ukraine. Random. Okay? Random war started with Russia and Ukraine. But because of this war, and this war happened 2.5 seconds after Biden got elected, that's usually when you know what's some bullshit going on. Because of this random ass war, we, America, started sending Ukraine all types of things. We started to send them gas, which is why the gas prices went sky fucking high, because then we had to outsource for gas, because the gas that we had in the U.S., because I don't know if y'all know that there are gas wells or gas sites or oil sites here in America. They've been trying to make us think that all of the oil sites are overseas, and that's why we're going to all of these countries to fight, because we're fighting over oil. And no, there's oil sites in Texas, there's oil sites in other parts of America that we have been using and we're using. And then we started to send that shit to fucking Ukraine. Not only was we sending them motherfucking oil, but we was also sending them big ass payments in the form of billions of fucking dollars. Now, while this whole submarine thing was going on, okay, the U.S. had a quote-unquote accounting error and sent the Ukraine an additional $6.9 billion a week ago that nobody is talking about. And they're calling it an accounting error. Now, the last time I checked, ain't we supposed to be broke? We supposed to have hit our debt ceiling. We can't spend no more money as a country because we've hit our debt ceiling. We have, we're in a recession. We don't have no money. But we randomly, we come across $6.9 billion to accidentally move around to a country that we have already given over maybe $30 billion to before. Because when the war first popped off, they let us know that they were sending these motherfuckers money. Now, I don't know if y'all remember during the whole war that we haven't heard of since. Because any other motherfucking war, you hear about the shit every other day. Like when we was in Iraq. Like when we was in Kuwait. Like when we was in all of these other motherfucking places. We heard about the shit all fucking day on the news, all motherfucking day. But now, between Russia and Ukraine, we ain't heard from them since we sent them fucking money. Since the oil prices went up, since the gas prices went up, since the cost of living has gone up, since groceries have gone up, since all of these things have gone the fuck up, we haven't heard shit about that raggedy ass war. And then even in the middle of that motherfucker, because of the beauty of TikTok, and fucking social media. You had people that lived in Russia and Ukraine that was making fucking videos trying to figure out what fucking war they was at. They was trying to figure out what the fuck the war was. Where is the damn war? They looking the fuck outside. They showed a fake ass video from like 5 years ago, back in 2021, I think, trying to say that this was a part of the fucking war, and that was debunked to be a video that was used years ago. So where the fuck is the war? Why are we not talking about it? Why isn't it being discussed, and in the manner that it was being discussed in before? Because now they got the fucking money. That was the whole plan. Because Biden's son and Biden was doing these motherfucking plans, the plan was once Biden got into the White House that he was going to give all of this fucking money to Ukraine. But they can't just give a country money because we are able to trace the funds. Okay? On the White House website, on some of the other government websites, you are able to see where the money is going. And they know that they can't motherfucking just be like, oh, we got $40 billion missing. Because what the fuck is you talking about? So they gotta orchestrate. This is why I be telling y'all, these countries are friends. Any countries that you see the U.S. being cool with, those are your enemies, a.k.a. China, a.k.a. Ukraine. These are not motherfuckers that you need to be cool with. And the real gag is the U.S. been sold to China. Biden been sold us out to motherfucking China. Why do you think when Trump was in the motherfucking White House, when he was in office, this motherfucker was going over to these other countries, looking them up and down like, bitch, fuck you. That's why they didn't like Trump. Y'all gotta read between the lines. It wasn't because this man was fucking racist. It wasn't because of all of this bullshit they was fucking coming up with. Because if you think about it, like I said, prior to the whole election with Trump, the black community absolutely loved Uncle Donald. Y'all need to stop fucking playing. He was in music videos. He was in movies. Okay? This man was featured in black-ass TV shows. He had black-ass girlfriends. He used to be around rappers and actors and all type of shit. And then all of a sudden, once he wants to be president, now all of a sudden he's this big racist person. Y'all need to read between the fucking lines. Anywhere that the media tells you to direct hate, you need to look into that motherfucker because they talking about some good shit. Just like Gaddafi. Okay? Gaddafi was trying to save his motherfucking country and the motherfuckers murdered him and made him look like he was a fucking problem. Unalive that man. And he was trying to save his motherfucking country. And it made the whole world look at him like he was fucking crazy. Like he was this horrible leader. Like he was this dictator. Same thing that happened with, that's happening right now with Putin. Putin is not our motherfucking enemy. Why you think they got us going against Russia so hard? Why you think Russia has always been a buzzword? Oh, Trump is working with Russia. Oh, everybody that they don't like is working with Russia. Why do you think Russia is such a buzzword for these motherfuckers? Y'all got to start paying attention. Whatever the fuck they tell you to look at with hate, you need to be looking at with a whole different motherfucking lens. And the motherfuckers they tell you to look at with love, you most definitely need to be looking at with hate. That's just that on that. Obama. Just because you motherfucking black don't mean you give a fuck about our people. Martin Luther King. Stop fucking playing with us. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. How many times have we been abandoned, manipulated by the same motherfuckers who look just like us and act like they're speaking for us? Come on, like what are we talking about? These motherfuckers don't fuck with us. Y'all forget Obama is Bush's cousin. Y'all forget his mother is a Rockefeller. He is not your friend. He is not your motherfucking friend. His mama is Caucasian and his daddy is African. And he was born in fucking Africa, which means that his whole presidency is illegal as fuck. Illegal as a motherfucker. And sometimes they play you right into their fucking plot. So remember when Obama first got elected and everybody was talking about his birth certificate? They did that so that you can get so upset. Oh, they never asked no other president about their birth certificate. Oh my God, they're only doing it because he's black. It's because he's black. Yada 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 yada. They use shit like that to fucking trick you. They knew by putting that shit right in front of you. Sometimes you gotta put the lie right in front of people. Okay? Sometimes you gotta hide that shit in plain sight. So they knew if they put that shit in front of you, you was gonna defend it and keep anything that can come out about that birth certificate, you was gonna keep it under wraps because you fuck with that man. You wasn't gonna believe nothing that came out about that birth certificate because you fuck with that man. When really, all the shit that was coming out was absolute facts. That man was not a motherfucking U.S. citizen. He was not born in the United States, which means that he can never be a president. That's how that works. Even though they laws is fucked, that's how the shit go. You can't be no U.S. president and you was not born in the country. That's not how that goes. But they put the fake shit in front of you so that you will turn around and be like, they trying to play with my man. Oh, they only doing this because he black. Oh, they only trying to treat him like this because he's black. I'm not going to believe nothing that they say. And you didn't. And because of that, he was able to get in that motherfucking White House and lollygag for 8 years. This man didn't do a fuck ass thing for black people, but give everybody LGBTQ rights. And I wonder why he did that. Let's get into it. Why do you think Obama was so pressed to ride for the LGBTQ community and give them all of these rights and laws and attention and all of that shit? Maybe because his wife is his husband. I wish I had a cup of tea to sip from. Maybe because Michelle is Michael. If you think I'm fucking lying, if you think I'm lying, go try to figure out why, what's her name? Damn, what is her fucking name? The lady that they unalived because she came and told the truth about it. If you know her name in the comments, type it real fast. But they was doing an interview, and she was walking up to something, and they was like, how do you feel about, maybe one day having a somebody trans in the White House or something. And she was like, we already have that with Obama. And they was like, huh? And she was like, if you don't know, Michelle is a guy. We already have that with Michelle. Michelle is a tranny. A week later, that lady died. She was well known. I forget her name. White lady. Her name is not coming to my head right now. But they unalived that lady. Joan Rivers. Thank you. That's exactly who it is. Go look up Joan Rivers' last little interview. She was walking up some steps. Okay? And she said that Michelle Obama is a fucking tranny. That's what she said. Those are her words. Yeah, that was Joan Rivers. And a week later, that lady died. Not only that, but Obama, Michael, and Bill Gates all went to school together. They got pictures from them in fucking school together. Together. Birds of a feather. That's all I'm saying. Birds of a motherfucking feather. Cause, huh? What you mean by that? You ain't never seen no pictures of Michelle pregnant. Yes, it was Joan Rivers. You ain't never seen no pictures of Michelle or Michael pregnant. Never. Never seen it. There's no video footage. And you gotta think about it. Before Obama was even a president, he was a what do you call it? What's the term? Senator in Chicago for years. Right? So, what you mean y'all don't got no video or no photos of Michelle walking around pregnant? What you mean? This man has been in the public eye for a while. So, what, you ain't think to take no pictures? You don't want no photo album? That just don't make no fucking sense to me. That one just not making no sense to me. You are the first lady. So on Mother's Day, they didn't want to post none of your pregnancy photos of you with your children. None of the Mother's Days that you was in the White House. None of the 8 Mother's Days that you was in the White House. Nobody wanted to post a throwback. None of your children posted a throwback of you pregnant with them, or you in a hospital bed when they were first born, or nothing. You don't got no pictures with them when they was babies or toddlers. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? That don't make no damn sense. You are a president, which means that all of your shit is usually aired. Any old photo that they can find in your motherfucking ass, they're going to post that shit on social media because you are the fucking president. Everything around you becomes public fucking knowledge. Anybody that you're involved with becomes public motherfucking knowledge. If they can figure out that motherfuckers is getting their dick sucked by Monica Lewinsky and everybody the fuck else, you telling me can't nobody find your kids' babies' pictures? Can't nobody motherfucking find you pregnant and fat? Can't nobody find you with pictures of your children when they was little babies and you was holding them in a hospital or nothing? That's not making no fucking sense to me. And y'all got AI. You ain't even try to AI no pictures. Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. That's a man. That's a grown man. There's so many videos of that man's thing swinging. And it gotta be big the way it be bulging out of the motherfucking pants and them skirts by accident. All of the I don't know if y'all seen the video when she was dancing on the Ellen DeGeneres show and that thing was flopping around. They didn't caught her going down some steps one time and it's just hitting the fucking sides of her legs. Just swinging. And then you got motherfuckers that's so dumb. Oh, that's just her pants. Oh, that's just her pants. Her pants are baggy. So, no. What the fuck? I'm a whole ass woman. I've worn every type of pants you can think of. Every type of pants you can think of, I've worn it. Wide leg, high waist, low waist, boot cut, skinny jean, leggings, jeggings, you fuck bell bottoms, anything you could think of, I've worn them. And you can't never see nothing gyrating in the front of my motherfucking pants with me walking nowhere. And some of us women got fat moms. And even with that fat thing in the front, you ain't gonna never see nothing swinging. The fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Be for real. No. You can look at the shoulders of that junk and know that that's a whole ass man. Somebody said, so whose kids? Go look up on DuckDuckGo.com the Obama's children real parents. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up. Y'all go do some research on it. I'll pull it up just to show you. But you can go down that rabbit hole. That's a whole rabbit hole to go down. Now you tell me who the fuck they look like. Screenshot it. Look for yourself. Whatever. But that's them girls' parents. They're real parents. They look just like them. They look just like them. They literally look just like them people. A lot of people are saying, oh, she looks like the dad and she looks like this person. No. They look just like their motherfucking parents. Okay? Look at the oldest one and look at that daddy. Look at the youngest one and look at the mama. Now, this is nothing different than like casting. When you cast for a movie, right? You try to find children who look similar to the actor whose child they're playing. Simple. It's casting. Some people, children, look like they could belong to somebody else when you don't know who the parents are. And sometimes you can know exactly who the parents are, and them children don't look nothing like their real fucking parent. They do it all the time in Hollywood. They do it all the time in Hollywood. They cast people based on, do you look like you could be this person's child? Do you like you could be this person's child? Do you like you could? They do this shit all the fucking time. It's no different. It's casting, y'all. You have to understand. When we say the world is a stage, that's exactly what we mean. It is a stage. This is the motherfucking Truman Show. You think that these relationships are real, but they are put together to make you think that they are real. Because it's a fucking stage. It is a show. This is theater. It is theater happening all around us. But the thing is, you were not told that you are living in a fucking TV show. Just like Truman. Go watch the Truman Show. If you've never watched the Truman Show, go watch that shit. This is what the fuck we're living in right now. Truman was born on a fucking movie set, and nobody ever told him he was born on a movie set. So everything that he started to see, he thought was real. The people who he met, he thought was real. The parents that he grew to know, he thought they was his real parents. He thought he was working a real job. He thought he was living in a real city. He thought that there was a real sky, that those were real waters, and everything the fuck else. Until he started realizing something is going on. Something is fucking fishy. And what was the last part of the Truman Show? What ended the show? He got in the motherfucking water and acted like he was going to sail away, and he hit a fucking wall that was painted like the sky, aka the firmament. He walked up some fucking steps and exited through the motherfucking the wall because there was a door in it. He opened the motherfucking door and left. That's how the fuck he got out. Same thing. The only difference is the motherfucking way out is blocked by what we call the motherfucking government. Antarctica. That's the end. That is the end of everything. That is the end of the road. And it's ice all around our motherfucking asses. Cause this shit it's flat land. It's flat land with a fucking dome on top of it. And it's ice all the motherfucking around it. Go watch the Truman Show. It will literally make 100% sense exactly what we are experiencing and going through right now. And this is why I tell y'all to question everything. Anything that they are telling you to look at something else. Anything that they are covering up, pay attention to. Any story they give you, question that motherfucker. Believe that it's fake before you believe that it's true. Because these motherfuckers have a job. They have a duty to lie to your motherfucking ass. These news stations have a duty to lie to you. There are so many people who have video recorded these motherfuckers setting up their props and shit, and then they hop on and videotape it like it's something really going on and put that shit on the news and have the whole world thinking that all of this shit is going on, and it's fucking not. I just seen a video on TikTok. I'm gonna see if I can find it while I'm talking, where these motherfuckers basically had set up a fake they had people in body bags. These people were living. But they had them in body bags laid across the motherfucking floor so that they can take pictures of their ass. It's even a man sitting there smoking a cigarette while his body is wrapped up in a body bag because he waiting for them to take the fucking picture. Let me see if I can find it. I think I sent it to my best friend. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Where is the one that I seen? Oh, yeah, here you go. You see the man moving? Nigga, lay your ass down. We recording. You supposed to be dead. Fuck is you doing? I ain't never know no baddies that's in body bags to get up and start moving around and shit. The fuck is going on? How the fuck you do that? And then they put this shit on the news, and you see all these. I'm trying to find the other one. You see all these motherfucking videos, and you're like, oh my god, that's so crazy. All of them people didn't die. Ain't nobody fucking died. Crisis actors. These fake ass shootings, mass shootings, crisis actors. We've been debunking these things for years. Since Sandy Hook, we've been debunking this bullshit. How the fuck the same lady from Sandy Hook was also in the Unibombing? And how the fuck she was also in the other school shooting? What the fuck? How she died and come back alive 3 more times just to die again in 2 other situations? Ma'am, I don't think that's how that works. Then with the last school shooting that they had, that ain't nobody even talking about no more. That was so tragic, but ain't nobody fucking talking about the shit no more. The last school shooting that they motherfucking had, you had 2 parents crying on TV saying that they was the father of the same child. Not the stepfather, the father of the same child. 2 different daddies. I know they weren't in a relationship. No. What the hell are we talking about? You gotta start paying attention, and you gotta take your emotions out of it, because they're playing and manipulating you through your emotions. That's what y'all gotta understand. You think, oh, that's something so sad. If that was my child, I would want somebody to care too. If that was my child, I would want this. If this was me, blah, 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 blah. Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. Remember the whole purpose of Monsters, Inc. was to collect the screams to use for energy. Remember, they put everything in these motherfucking movies. They have to tell you everything. That's a part of it. They can't just do shit and not tell you what's going on. They have to tell you exactly what the fuck they're doing to your ass. Because that's a galactical law. That law goes beyond this fucking realm. That's a galactical law. That is a spiritual law. In the spiritual realm, that is law. And spiritual law trumps any physical bullshit that's going on. So they have to tell you what they're doing to you. You cannot do anything to a person or a soul without informing it of what you are doing. So they got to show you. They got to show you what's going on. They got to put it in movies and TV shows and all of this other stuff. They have to. They're supposed to do that. They have to do that. So when you're not paying attention and you so in your motherfucking feelings and emotions, not understanding that these people are doing shit to literally harvest your energy. When the whole world is sad, do you know how much energy that is that can be collected? Because the thing that y'all don't understand, just because you don't think that way, don't mean that there are not people who do. Just because you do not know that does not mean that there are not people who do know that. You can harvest and collect energy as long as you are operating in the spiritual realm. In the physical realm, no. But in the spiritual realm, you can most definitely. And there are certain spirits, souls that these motherfuckers work with, other species that these motherfuckers work with, that harvest energy. They get more powerful, based on the more energy that they get. Just like Monsters Inc. So when they putting this shit in your face, and they trying to use your emotions to manipulate you, it's for a fucking reason. And this is why the motherfuckers who speak against it, they make us look like we're being insensitive. Oh, you're being so rude. You're being so insensitive. These people died. These people lost their children. That's so rude. And then they know most of y'all got kids. So your little feelings is already in it. Oh, if that was my child. If that was my child. They already know they can get your motherfucking ass. They know how to manipulate you. Be fucking for real. They know you better than you know you. That's the thing. They were taught by motherfuckers that look like you about you. So they know how to get over on your motherfucking ass. They know that people who have good hearts, who are vibrating at a certain level, most melanated beings are very compassionate and empathetic. They understand that about us. We are a very compassionate and empathetic people. Because if we wasn't, we would have been did what the motherfuckers did to us. Let's talk about it. If we wasn't compassionate and understanding and empathetic, baby, they would have been in chains. Whether they really did that shit to us or not. We would have been on get back. But that's not us. We just don't want to be bothered. But they know how to manipulate our emotions against us in order to get out of it, whatever the fuck they want to get out of it. And we walk right into the trap. We fall right for the bullshit. And they clean up every fucking time. These fake ass celebrity deaths, there's a reason why they get y'all so attached to these motherfucking celebrities. So when they kill them off, your motherfucking ass sitting in the corner crying somewhere. And you don't even know this motherfucker. This motherfucker ain't did shit for you. If anything, they've been doing everything against your motherfucking ass. Because they are not on your team. Not on your side. Not on your team. Are not here to defend your fucking honor. You're here to get a check. Okay? They already sold their soul. So they can give a fuck about you. Because they know when all this shit is said and done, they don't even own themselves no more. So they don't give a fuck. A lot of these motherfuckers sign the motherfucking contracts. And they forget that eventually they got to pay back. So they don't give a fuck about your ass. You were at the bottom of the totem pole for them. That's just that on that. So, these are some things that y'all can go look into, some things that y'all can research. Like I said, I'll be back on here tomorrow around the same time. It'll be around like between 12:30 and 1 p.m. But if you are on this live, definitely make sure that you subscribe so that you can just get my notifications when I'm live and you don't have to worry about figuring out what time I'm going live or whatever the case is. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more lives on here because I can talk more candidly. I don't have to, manipulate my words or hide what the fuck I'm trying to say. I can just say it because it's fucking YouTube and they're not going to do shit about it. Of course, TikTok be fucking pressed, which is why right now I'm in TikTok jail. I'm banned until Monday from going live on TikTok. Because of my last video that I did talking about the government being a private organization, and they banned my motherfucking live talking about it was misinformation. Even though all of the shit that I'm saying is backed up by facts. But, whatever. So I'm going to be going live on here more. Having discussions on different topics and things of that nature. Again, so I can be as candid as possible. I don't have to hide my words or try to talk in code. We can just say what the fuck we want to say on here. I was supposed to go live tonight with Side Baby X. But, of course, I won't be able to do that because of the fact that I'm banned. I can't even be a guest on nobody's live right now. So that's that. I'll be live with her next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Hopefully, if I'm not fucking banned again within those couple of days of me being free. But like I said, the rest of the week I'll be going live on here. I'll be going over a plethora of different motherfucking topics. Feel free to ask questions in the comments. I'll be answering things. Like I said, I can speak more freely on here so we can get more into detail about certain things. And that's what we will be doing over the next couple of days on this platform. Definitely share this video with anybody else that can use anything that was said or anybody that can resonate with the things that were said. Also, definitely make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Of course, if any of the things that I said resonated with you, if it makes sense, if you read about it, whatever, okay, because I'm trying to get this stuff in the algorithm. But other than that, like I said, I will be back on here tomorrow. Not sure what the topic is going to be, but we'll just see as we go along with everything. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. Hopefully y'all got something from this. Again, everything that I said on this live, please go do your research. Don't take anything that I said for face value. Treat me like I'm lying, okay? Go do research behind everything that I said, whether you heard it from somebody else before or not, whether you got this download or not. I don't give a fuck. Treat me like I'm a liar and go back and research every fucking thing I said from the beginning. If there are any other topics or things that y'all want me to cover either tomorrow or sometime this week, feel free to inbox them to me. I will put all of my socials and my information in the description of this video. Also, starting next Tuesday, I will be doing weekly shadow work and healing sessions via Zoom. It is $35 per Tuesday because it'll be held every Tuesday. So if you only want to do one session, that's up to you. If you want to do multiple sessions, I have price deals for multiple sessions. But I'm starting to do that because, you know, healing is something that can be definitely fucking difficult, you know, in this time. And I want to make sure that, you know, people have somewhere that they can go to get tips, advice, tools, or anything else that they may need. So if you're interested, feel free to inbox me on any of my social medias or send me a email. Also, if you got anything from this and you want to bless my Cash App, my Cash App is $Monroe Dior, MONROE DIOR. Okay, remember, I don't get paid to sit on here online all day to talk to y'all. So definitely, you know, look out if you can, whenever you can. It's not necessary, but let's be fucking for real. I don't have to do this, but I do it because this is what I love to do. But anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow. Like I said, same place, around the same time. Like I said, it'll be between 12:30 and 1 p.m. But as long as you have your notification bell on and you are subscribed, then you should know when I go live. Okay? So light and love. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And if you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me.